Many people have commented on recent mixes I've uploaded asking me, why am I looping the incoming track? And in short, I do this for a few reasons. So number one, gives me more time to beat match and get the track ready. Okay, number two, it also means I can tease in the track for an extended period of time, which I really like. And number three, it also means I gain a lot more control of my mixing. And as long as I remember to release the loop at the right time, I find it's actually a really fun way to be creative with the way that you play. So 100% this video is an absolute must watch for all DJs that want more to do when they play. That's a common thing that people say. They're like, what do I do? I need more to do. But more than that, it's for people that like the idea of gaining more control of their mixing. Is, trust me, right? Looping in is really cool. And the more control you have over your transitions, the more your confidence, like it's gonna shine through when you play. So anyway, so let's jump in. So firstly, what is looping in? So, okay, so let's say this track, I think I'll loop this one in and let's have a listen. So I've got, okay, so let's have a listen to this. Let's say I've got that. Okay, it's not bad. Okay, so then what I can do is, I might loop that whole pattern. Okay. So firstly, how to loop in, okay? So let's say you've got a cue point, or let's say you don't have a cue, okay? On here, and on many controllers, you can just select how many beats you're gonna loop without even hitting play, but I'm showing you on the club gear because I like getting people used to club gear, okay? But on controllers, you go grab the beat or where you're starting it from, and you select how many beats you wanna loop, and that could depend on the pattern. We'll do a whole bunch coming up. But let's say in this point, maybe I don't want all that. I kind of want this. Let's have a listen. Okay, cool. So I've gone and set a cue point in advance on that bit. Okay, let's have a listen. That button's starting to go. That happens in clubs. By the way, just a quick tangent quickly. See how I'm hitting that button and sometimes it's not working? Sometimes that does happen with the club gear. And this gear gets a lot of use because I actually do one-on-ones here in Sydney. And the button's just starting to go, which honestly, in clubs, the gear gets treated a lot worse than it does at the school, trust me. So check out, I did this video, right? I'll link it in now about, oh my God, like how do you actually like do it without hitting play, you know? Because sometimes it might not work at all. You turn up and it's like, oh my God, the club gear shit. And it's like, you know, and then I've got a method on that, which is fun. But anyway, okay, a quick tangent. So, okay, let's have a listen. Okay, it just means hitting it harder now, right? But then when I hit out, it'll loop it back to where I started. I want the pattern. Okay, there we go. Okay, so let's see. Now I'll put it into action. Okay, cool. Okay. So let's say, and I've got an exit point here. I'll show you this first. Okay, so then I'm going to loop that bit. I've hit play, the volume's down. Okay. Okay, I could start teasing it now. And if people knew the song, it's in the background. Now where I release the loop, I could have released it wherever. How about I release it where I wanted this song to drop? So I'll show you. Exit. Stays highlighted on here for some reason, but it's not active because these aren't active. They're not active. So listen. Okay, and you see the advantage there. It's actually pretty cool, man. Like, see, what heaps of people do is they just hit play where they're bringing it in. Check out it's one of my most popular videos, actually, 5 different transitions, and the good old hit play where you bring it in. Believe it or not, I've been around a lot of beginners in my life, and that's huge, okay? And I know it, I used to do it when I first started too. That means the chorus drops off here, you just hit play where you bring it in, but it can sound a little bit like jagged a little bit. Like personally, doing what I just did then, even though it's very subtle in the background, people hear it coming, and it drops off nicely. It's already going here. I've got all that set, doing all my EQ work. All I have to do is exit the loop so the phrasing lines up. Okay, so that's a good example. Let's do another one. Let's have a listen. What else have I got here? Yeah, okay, this is one. So let's have a listen. Okay. And I kind of, I might exit this lead because sometimes playing all that, I might want to tease it. But where does it start kicking in? Okay. And it starts kicking in there. Okay. So I'm going to try and exit the loop. Well, I'll exit the loop. So what I'll do is I'll try and exit the loop. So it's maybe 8 bars before that vocal kicks in. But anyway, let's see. That comes with experience, but it's all done in my course. So let's give it a go. So this is playing and I'm just like, okay. Okay, and I'll show you what I got. Listen. Okay, and if I wanted that in the mix, I could turn it up maybe. You just gotta decide that if that's too much going on. But that sounds not bad. I could have it. It's not terrible. Sometimes you gotta be careful. This has got a fair bit going on. Do I really need that sound in there? That's something you gotta weigh out. But now, the most important thing is, where do I exit the loop? Well, there's a one here. You know what? Yeah, I will exit there. Okay. I think now with that exit point, the vocals will kick in as soon as it drops. Yeah, okay. I love this kind of, I'm not sure, maybe shock one, or it's all that kind of pendulum sound. It's amazing. This is going to kick back in now. I might pull it down. Right. Man, you got a DJ, man, connecting with music. Anyway, let's do one more. Okay, this is a really good one. Okay, so this one as well. Okay, so it all comes down to, it's easy enough to do. Okay, you just loop the beginning of the song, but then it's exiting, so the part kicks in that you want. It could be the first beat of the song, could be further into the track. Whatever you really want. It's actually, really is the sky's the limit. But phrasing, okay, coming in on the one with the changes, that's not a grey area. That's a must, okay? It's a must. So anyway, I go into, if you're having trouble, like, making everything line up and everything. I don't hate to say it because I love it, man. I love my course, but the size of it is, like, my course, it goes through these series, and it's just not, understanding phrasing is one thing, but it's conditioning it so you're not thinking about it, you know it. And it's not just knowing like one particular song or your songs, it's knowing music and just how it all works and how to think even like a little bit like a producer, which, let's say you're thinking about being a producer. Being a DJ is a really good first step to achieve that, because you understanding your music, they all go hand in hand with each other, they really do. And that means, so if you're having doubts, if you can't make stuff line up, you're not sure about your phrasing, and you want me to transform the way you mix, like my course, I can't say enough good things about it. I'm really proud of it, actually. It's been my life's work. I've been pushing it so, like doing so much of it for years. But okay, let's go. We'll do one more. Okay, so let's have a listen. What's this one? I like the beginning of this. I like it. I want that. Maybe I'll just loop like 2 bars there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that, right? I like that. Okay, but we'll get rid of it. I'll show you in action. And this one here, it's interesting because I've got like 87 and 174. So I did a drum and bass one where I showed you. It's just record box is analyzed it slightly different. So I got 87. I can just 87 times 2 equals 174. So I can still make that line up. Okay. Okay. Okay, cool. And you know what? I'm gonna go, here's my out point. but it's already now a beat match and I've already got it in. It's pretty cool. Cool, and I've already got it. So instead of like hitting play on the out point, then having the beat match, I've already got my song. As soon as like I've hit play, I've got it set up. Okay. 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 Would you like a video on like chopping? Okay, I could go through and show you how to make it work. So let me know if you want. I've gone on a tangent completely, but just having fun, man. That's what it's about in life. Just have fun, man. It's cool. Okay, anyway, you get the idea. Okay, cool. Anyway, let me know if you want a video on that. But also, like chopping, okay? It can be really great for like drum and bass, dubstep, you know, the hard kind of stuff, even some EDM, big room, all that. But okay, trapping, you know, all the stuff that's kind of edgy, they're kind of, like once you get to know music, music's kind of all written in the same way. So you just got to learn to kind of like understand where they do those little changes and how to do that. So I could do a video on that. But just finishing off this video quickly, looping in especially, like I've just been messing around with, you know, some drum and bass in this one, but I'll be honest, it's probably 100% necessary with tracks that actually have short intros, okay? So in my course, I break this way down, but see what happens is a lot of the vocal driven music, let's say Marshmello, Chainsmokers, like Drake, hip hop, R&B, whatever you want, right? That stuff might only have like 4-bar phrases it does, right? So, and you might only have 4-bar intros or sometimes next to no intro at all. And if that means, if you, like a lot of people, what they do is they just fade out and they're hitting play. And sure, song selection and how you arrange your tracks and putting it all together is actually probably the most important thing, okay? And a lot of people, when I hear wedding DJs play, they're just kind of like picking the right songs and they're probably pretty good at that and they can probably create a pretty good atmosphere. But it's when you can mix that kind of music as well as playing good track selection, and then you just take your DJing to another level. And honestly, I've done a few weddings in my life, well, lots actually, but just making money on the side from my clubs. But when I was doing all those, like you're there for 5 hours, and if you're not having fun yourself, like yes, I can't compromise what's great mixes for the right songs. Like track selection is 100% number one. But I want to have some fun mixing it, and I just want to actually kind of tease stuff in and have control over when I play. And what happens when actually playing that stuff where you got short intros, I'd be looping everything in all the time. Have I got any on here on there? No, I don't. So, but it means I probably haven't got that on here because it's a lot in my course, but all that R&B stuff just gets pulled up on copyright. And I think if I haven't already, I've got a video that I'm sort of doing in this bunch that I'm doing, but today I'm doing one on copyright and what gets through. But putting R&B tracks on this might mean I have to redo the whole video because it might not pass the copyright, and I've got a video coming up on that. But okay, so but anyway, in my course, what I'm saying is I would have to be looping in. I'd have the beginning, and the thing is with the pop songs, probably the intro's got the main melody, so I could be looping it, teasing it, letting people hear it come, and all I have to do is exit the loop so the phrasing lines up, and you can really tease in tracks and really kind of like create such a cool vibe when you play by looping in. Looping in gives you so much power. Anyway, this video, these few that I've done today, you know, they've been a little bit raw and loose, but you know, I'm just sort of, like I said, this is more about me creating a relationship with you guys, but the course is actually like the real deal. This is just sort of foreplay. But anyway, thanks guys for your support. Really appreciate it. Hopefully that's been helpful. And yeah, thanks for letting me be me. Anyway, cool. Thanks guys. See ya.